Thank you for coming back, and now here is the rest of video 15.
So, I know that I was going to get into, I mentioned last video that I was going to get into the fact that how our earth is in such a disarray, and why you probably aren't going to believe me. But if you keep on listening, maybe if you went to the Book of Urantia and started reading with an open mind, it would clear things up. But here's a list of the sons of God. And this is a really tiny list, a very, very, very tiny list. Paradise Trinity, the 7 Master Spirits, Creator Sons, which Jesus is one of them. He's the Son of God. Trinitized Sons, Solitary Messengers, Suprenophim, Zirconophim, Life Carriers, the Recorders, Seraphic Transports. Now, Seraphic Transports, I had to stop and tell you a little bit about them. You see, angels, except for the very higher angels that are allowed to go in and out of paradise, they can't go through space. Just like we need to get on an aircraft and go to Europe, or on a ship and sail to Europe, because we certainly can't swim that far, right? Well, angels can't go from one planet to another without the help of seraphic transports. Seraphic transports are living spacecraft. They're angels specially designed to transport other sons of God or other angels to and from their destinations. And there are an incomprehensible number of them, and they're constantly busy bringing sons of God from one place to another. The kingdom of God is a very busy place, and it requires angels to move from one place to another to carry out their missions, whatever it is. And so seraphic transports are kind of sort of the reason why people believe that angels have wings, which they don't. Because when a seraphic transport gets ready to take an angel from one place to another, the back of them open up. So when they open up to receive the angel, those parts of the seraphic transport that open up look like angel wings. That's where we got the angels, right? And then the angel that's going to be transported gets on the back of the seraphic transport and is put to sleep. And then those areas that opened up close upon the angel on the back of the transport, and then the seraphic transport takes that angel wherever it wants to go. There are solitary messengers, seraphim, Zirconophim, life carriers, the recorders. You know, there are angels that the minute you were born, you were recorded in the book of life. And the minute you die, you're also recorded in that book. And if you make the choice that you don't want to be in the kingdom of God, your name is removed from the book of life. And it will be like you never ever was born. Recorders are very important. Bright and morning stars, bright and evening stars, archangels, mansion world teachers. Mansion world teachers. You're going to be going to school when you go to the kingdom of God. You'll be in school for quite a long time, learning all about the kingdom. You'll have to learn 2 or 3 or 4 different languages. And those languages are impossible for us to learn because they're so complicated. But later on, in generations to come, they'll be able to master these languages. The Melchizedeks. Melchizedeks run the schools of the kingdom of God. And like I said many videos before, Melchizedek was a Melchizedek. His name was actually Macadensha. He was a Melchizedek. Melchizedek is a class of angels, class of sons of God. Just like the Navy describes sailors and officers that are enlisted in the Navy, right? And you know them as sailors. Well, Melchizedeks are teachers. And they're like the highest of teachers. They actually run the schools. But Macadensha and Melchizedek did come and incarnate here and stayed for 100 years and taught Abraham all about God. Abraham founded the Jewish religion. Ladonadek's sons. That's what we're going to get into next video. And secondary Ladonadek's sons. They are the administrators of the kingdom of God, or administrators of local systems. Many angels are created with all the knowledge that they will ever have. And then other angels are created where they learn and can advance. Some angels will never be able to enter paradise, and other angels can qualify to enter paradise over a long period of time. And this is just a small list. The Book of Urantia explains their jobs and why they're important to the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is just not God sitting on a throne. The kingdom of God is a huge, gigantic organization. Just like almost any government of the earth, where you have a president or a prime minister, and then you have your cabinet members, and then you have representatives, and all the way down to the local level. The kingdom of God is set up the same way. And it is a vast organization that's incomprehensible of its scope to you and I. But God sent this book down, and it was written by angels so that we could see And actually this book is really not meant for our generation, but it's meant for future generations. But we have the book now, and few of us read it, and those like myself try to introduce it to you. We find it very hard because most people just don't want to listen. They, for whatever reason, and I will get into that reason probably starting in the next video, why people feel the way they do. So, I believe what I believe, and I believe that the Book of Urantia is a book, true book from God, written by angels, because I did the research. I wasn't afraid to look past the Bible. I knew that there was more information out there. I didn't know where to look, but I looked for years. And when I found it, or when God finally showed it to me, I read it and was able to confirm, and you wouldn't believe how many scriptures in the Bible apply to this Book of Urantia. And like I said before in the last video, I believe, before any life was on this planet, God named this planet Urantia. We call it Earth, but it's officially registered in heavenly Jerusalem as planet number 606, called Urantia. And it was registered the day that intelligent life appeared on our planet. And life that could make a decision as to right and wrong, and decide for themselves where they wanted to go and live. They were very primitive. But that day when they finally made a decision, a conscious decision, that's the day this planet, number 606, called Urantia, was registered in the archives of heavenly Jerusalem as an inhabited, intelligent planet. So with that, I think I've given you a lot of information that you're probably going to reject. But I know that there are people out there who are seeking the truth and really want to learn and want more information. People who can decide for themselves whether it's right or not. People who are willing to listen before they make any kind of judgment. And it's to you I'm speaking to. The rest I wish would listen, but they have made their choices, and so they reject anything anybody else has to say that's different. With that, we'll close for today. See you tomorrow.